This tree here, biggest tree we tap. Okay, this guy's been tapped since 1908 when my great-grandfather started. Today, the Yankee Farmer is in the woods, December 1st, and this is the start of maple season for us. We tap 10,000 maple trees here in New York. I got all my items with me. That's my DeWalt chainsaw, which I absolutely love, and I already cut my first tree off. I didn't walk but 5 yards into the woods to find that one. I'm sure there'll be a whole bunch more. As you subscribe to our channel, this is what we'll be doing all the way until spring. Till calving season. We will be in the woods every single day getting these bad boys ready to rock. Give you a quick rundown of how this all works, this system. So that's a spout. The green is a drop line to a T, and then there's an entry down there, but we'll just start here. We drill the hole in the tree, 5/16 hole, drill it in about 1.5 to 2 inches. Sap is drawn by vacuum into the main line. This is an end hook, hooks on the main line, loops in to what's called a saddle. There's a 7/16 hole drilled through this pipe with a gasket, flows into the pipe, 1-inch main line, flows down the pipe. Here's a valve. Now when we're checking for vacuum leaks, we can shut this and then open it, and we'll actually hear the vacuum rush by and knows there's a leak. This T here goes to the black line. That's your dry line. So this strictly has vacuum on it, should never have sap in it. And then this is the liquid line. It flows into the liquid line down to what's called a releaser, which I'll show you in another video. Then it gets pumped into a large holding tank where I gather it. Tapping trees is kind of a work of art, and it's also something you got to respect. You got to respect these trees. We bought this woods probably, I don't know, in the 1980s my dad did. And the owners before severely over-tapped it. And as a result of that, you can see this tree is probably 50 years old or 60, and they killed it. You can see tap after tap, just absolutely devastating to its growth. He was tapped too early. This tree, same deal, a lot of holes in it. Another one here, I'll show you. This should have been a one-tap tree. You can see tap after tap after tap, just completely girdled him. Couldn't get no liquid up top to form any leaves and killed him. One next to it, same way. I don't know in 20 years if I'll tap this woods, if there'll be anything left. We have cut every tap. Every tree that was a 2 or a 3 tap tree is down to 1 to try and save it. But I don't know, it just takes so long. So in a previous video, I talked about unhealthy trees and how you can damage them from over tapping. This tree here, biggest tree we tap. Okay, this guy's been tapped since 1908 when my great-grandfather started. You can see all through this woods, big monster healthy trees. And when you come up to them, huge gigundous veins, but look at the tap holes. You can barely see them. There's one there, but very sporadically tapped. This big of a tree has 3 taps on it, and that's all it needs. So I just finished up 1,000 tap woods, little guy. Got all the trees off, sticks off lines tightened up, everything's all fixed up. So that one's ready to go. Basically now what we'll do is we'll go in there and replace all the spouts, and I'll show you that process if you subscribe to our channel here. But this one behind me is a 3,800 tap woods underneath a big old windmill. So we don't park underneath these, they're too close on days like this. Them blades will spin up there and they'll actually collect ice. It's got to be a little bit colder for him to do it today. But believe it or not, I had a kid working for me parked underneath the windmill, and a piece of ice went down through his windshield, hit his dash. They get pretty aggressive. We've seen them throw ice 75 or 100 yards out into the field, so we don't park too close to them. But so I just did 1,000 taps in approximately 6 hours. We didn't have much wind this summer, so honestly, we're hammering down. There's not a lot of trees down, not much damage. So
what's up, everybody? I'm Erica, Mrs. Yankee Farmer. I'm going to bring you in from the field and in from the woods. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that Joe just went over. If you have questions, leave them in the comments. We would love to chat with you about what we do, and also accepting ideas for future videos. If something doesn't make a ton of sense to you, let us know and we'll hit on that again. So this is a spout that Joe was talking about. This is what goes into the tree, that they drill new holes every year. That's actually an old spout. We switched to a new kind this year. This is what the new kind of spout looks like. It's a thinner, see if I can get you to see that. It's a thinner plastic, and it'll actually form to the tap hole in the tree, create a better seal, and be better for the tree. So we're gonna try these out. Regardless of what kind of spout we're using, we change spouts every year. We do this to minimize bacteria growth that would gather in the spout in the off season. In the summer when it's hot, all that sugar, not good. Here, this is the drop line that goes from the tree to the lines. This is the tubing. It's a 5/16 plastic. This is the T. This is what the T also looks like when it's not hooked up. These blue lines, obviously in the woods, would continue on, and that's how the sap is gathered. It's a spout.
Okay.
Can you say spout?
No.
Yeah, try.
No.
Like a snake. Spout.
No.
Yeah, try it.
No.
Hey, do you like maple syrup?
Hmm?
You do? What do you like to eat maple syrup on?
A meatball.
On a meatball?
Uh-huh.
You're a meatball. So, I hope we've given you a fun introduction to our season of making maple syrup. Our goal for the week was to get in the woods, walk some lines, get the trees cut off so that the lines can all be set and leveled in the near future. We're about halfway through all of our woods in cutting the trees off and doing kind of damage repair from the off season. So we're going to keep on going, and we'll see you next time.